going on, everybody? Today I'm out here at my buddy Clay's farm, and he's showing off all of his Fox bodies. He's got quite the collection behind me. This is my buddy right here. And first off, we're gonna go over all the cars. Then we're gonna take that beautiful 85 coupe for a spin. And actually, we just picked up a new Fox body just a couple hours ago, and we'll show it as well. All right, so Clay, show us what you got going on here.
All right, this is my Fox body collection. This is a very popular body style. It's a very popular car back when I was in high school. I'm in my early 50s. Some of you guys might be in that age group, but yeah, these were extremely popular back when I was in high school. I still love them. I loved them back then. Of course, they were popular for one reason, because they were budget friendly. Some of your high school guys could buy these cars. Some of you people didn't make a whole heck of a lot of money. They could buy these cars, and they were fun little cars. They were considered subcompact cars. They were small. They came from everything. They came with everything from a 4-cylinder to the V6 to the GTs and the 302s. You could even get a LX base with the 302. That was the base model, but with the 302 setup. Anyways, very versatile body, very versatile chassis that Ford put together here, and I believe that's probably one reason they stay so popular even today. This is the first one I've gotten together. It's a little 85 coupe. It originally started out life as a 4-cylinder car. Somebody before me, matter of fact, wasn't even the individual I bought the car from, but somebody before me took this 4-cylinder car and did a really nice job of swapping it over to the V8 stuff. Now, I'm not a guru on these GTs, the Fox bodies, but it does appear to me that whoever did the swap did a nice job. Anyways, I don't want to get into too much detail with that. There's plenty of stuff on the web to show you how to do it. But they did a good job as far as getting the brakes up to par with the V8 setup. They did a good job as far as getting the suspension set up for it. It's actually lowered a little bit, aftermarket springs. But I'll just give you a quick run through on this car. Of course, it's a trunk. Very popular among the drag race crowd. They want the trunk. A little bit sturdier structurally, a little bit lighter weight on these cars. Very popular in the trunk. Matter of fact, you're probably going to have a harder time finding a trunk model than anything, because the drag racers are buying them. Ford offered factory Recaro seats on these cars, and these happen to be Recaro seats. I don't know what year model they might have come out of. They got a awkward looking design, as you can see, but they're very comfortable for the most part. I got to do some adjusting. Anyways, there's the interior. I'm missing the door panels. I do have door panels. I just got to do a little bit of adjustment and work on the regulators of my windows. So the door panels will go back on this car. But for the most part, this is a toy. It is a lot of fun. It's got the 5-speed. It's got a nice running little 302 with just the cam, headers, a couple of upgrades on it. Other than that, it's just plain, simple, basic, fundamental an engine and a full control with your 5-speed transmission. Running 14 gears in the back. Lightweight. The little car, believe me, it's a lot of fun. We just came away from my little toy, which I drive quite regularly. Now this is the latest addition to my little Fox collection I've been fortunate enough to put together. I'll put it that way. When I say fortunate enough to put together, there's a couple of things that allow me to be able to do this. One of them is the fact that I've got a little bit of property I can store this stuff with. It's not an eyesore because it's way off far away from the roads and all, so I like it. I'm a man. Men do this type of stuff. Some women do. Here we are. Latest edition. This is an 84 model hatchback. Started out life as a V6, 3.8 V6 with the automatic, and somebody prior to me, once again, was in the process. I don't think they completed it, but they were in the process of swapping it over to a GT. They went so far as to put a paint job on this thing. They went so far as to get the emblems, buy the what looks like a factory GT sticker. They went that far. So somebody was really, they had good intentions for this car to be a nice conversion. Again, it started out life as a V6, swapped it over to a 302. I picked it up today. This car, I was able to get this car for $500. And granted, if you look at the license plate, best we can determine, the car hadn't been on the road for almost 20 years. But took a good look up underneath the car. The floorboards have held up well during its 19-20 year storage. You can see the Texas patina that comes from the heat,
Yeah.
but it's not rusted out. The car's pretty solid. That right there, there's no holes in that. That'll definitely hold paint. And if somebody wanted to fix it up, I think it'll make a nice car. The worst part's in the body. I think this is pretty common for Fox bodies, especially when they're sitting up. Number one, somebody gave her a little loving there. It's got that, and of course a little bit of rust here. Looked up underneath the car, the floorboards are beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fine, and it's going to make a good car. But the thing I really like about it is the simple fact that somebody didn't completely gut it. They have, and these are some parts that we've added after the fact. But anyways, they didn't completely gut it. It's got the base interior. Carpet's still in it, and you would think with carpet that it's the possibility of the floor pans being completely rusted out is there, but they are beautiful. I will pull the carpet, get it a nice good cleaning. And of course, all these dashes, they if they have been kind of sitting out in the sun, they're going to end up like that. That's going to be a neat car, and I think it's further along than this first one I ended up with, which I've been working on. Now, this is the factory hood. Oop. But once again, one thing I like about it is the fact that somebody didn't yank everything out, although I do see some wiring that's had some adjustments made on it, so that I'm gonna have to figure that out. But you pointed out it's got a brand new rack and pinion. That's a couple $100, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The power brake booster and master cylinder, everything still remains in place. Somebody even went so far as to leave the air conditioning and stuff on it, so that's going to be handy. I think that's a factory piece. It's not all cracked, busted up, and falling apart. This is a good start for a car to put together. I'm convinced it's going to be fun, and it's a lot further ahead than the one I'm going to show you next. Now, these two cars right here, I picked up these cars after I had my running little coupe. I came across these because I like my coupe so much, I wanted to put another one together. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on these things right quick. I'm not sure where these cars are going to end up. But anyways, a quick rundown. This car right here is a T-top 85 Mustang Gt Hatchback. The guy who sold it to me said the T-tops were kind of rare. I don't know how true that is. I know on a coupe, the T-tops are extremely rare. But you can see how far, I didn't realize it when I got the car, but somebody has used this as a parts car. So I'm gonna have my hands full if and when I decide to put this car together. The biggest part of this was welding in a whole new radiator support and all, but I've got that taken care of. And the car's got a good start on it, but as you can see, the body's fairly straight on it. It's gonna make a neat car if I ever get it together. Everything's there, pretty straight. I gotta do some rust repair on the floor pan. And other than that, drivetrain, and I say other than that, this car needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's okay though, the body's straight. The other car I picked up real close to the same time as this is this little 84 GT Convertible. They were just wonderful little cars back in the day. The thing I really like about this car is it's at a point real similar with the blue hatchback I just showed you. Whereas it almost looks like somebody has just pulled the drivetrain out of it and left this out in the field to rot. I wanted to save it. I love these little convertible GTs. They were fun little cars. This one started out life as a 5-speed, as did the little T-top I just showed you. They started out life as 302 5-speed GT Mustangs. Cool, fun little cars at one point in time. Maybe I can get them together. I don't know. We'll work on it. All right, the last and final car I wanted to bring you up to. A lot of people are kind of unaware of these things. 1986 Ford Thunderbird, built on the Foxbody chassis, just like the Mustangs. It's an 86 model, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people in the Fox crowd call them Arrow Birds, just because of the body style. I think they started in 83. Of course, the neat ones to get are the little turbo coupes, 4-cylinder 2.3 turbo coupes, which were offered from 83 all the way up to 88 or something. However, this is an 86 model. I picked it up. Somebody was letting it go cheap. I picked this car up for $800. Now, granted, I had to do a little bit of work on it, and the wheels did not come on it. It came with factory 14-inch wheels with the wire hubcaps. I had these old Mustang GT wheels sitting around. They looked good on the car. I thought they cleaned up really nice, cleaned up well. 86 Ford Thunderbird automatic, got the 302 in it, which is cool. Fuel injected 302 for 1986. It's not the high output 302 that you'd find under the hood of a Mustang GT, but it is a 302. It's not a roller cam, it's the base model. That's okay. 302s are known for their dependability, reliability, wonderful little engine that Ford puts out. They used to put out. They were just wonderful engines. And of course, guys who like to tinker with this stuff, they love the Ford 302s. But there you see it. I picked up the car. The car was needing a little bit of attention, a little TLC. Redid the suspension on the car. Added a couple little cheap little upgrades to the engine, like underdrive pulleys. Replaced my valve cover gaskets. Of course, as normal, they were leaking. Put a little spacer in the throttle body because it was cheap, and I think I had one laying around. The car runs like a dream. It's a great highway car. It goes up and down the highway. I'm averaging 23, 24 miles to the gallon. Wonderful car. I don't beat on it. It doesn't get abused. It's lasted this long. It's got 112,000 miles on it. I baby it. It's fun to drive. Air conditioner works. R12 air conditioner blows cold. Go figure.
Now we're going to take a quick ride in the 85 coupe.
That's right, this is my toy. It's 140 degrees outside. Whoever did the conversion, they didn't put air conditioning on it. But that's okay. It's 140 degrees. That's 14 gears with the 5-speed. Stoplight, just a lot of fun for a stoplight car. Surprised a lot of people. The little car ran a 13.5 1/4. That was on a hot day. Possibly getting lucky, it might run some low 13s. I don't think it'll break out the 13s, but just a fun little car. If you've ever experienced a 13-second car as a street ride, you know it's a lot of fun. The road needs some repair work done, and that's one thing about these little lowered Fox bodies is you feel everything in the road.
Now these new seats you got, they're really comfortable, yeah.
We'll take it for a spin up the road here. There's 14 gears with these little 5 speeds. First gear is a digger. It'll dig with that first gear. 410s. Should I jump down on it in first gear?
Absolutely.
Just digging. Personally, the parts are available. I can get them running good, make them a lot of fun, and like I say, this is my little toy. And I pull it out and I enjoy it from time to time. It's got a nice sound to it. The little Ford 302s, they make torque.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing. Torque.
Never gets old. As always, thank y'all so much for watching this video and for supporting the channel. For the outro, I figured I'd show y'all my brother's new Foxbody. We picked this up a few weeks ago. I won't go in depth on it. I'm sure he would want to show it in a full video. But we just put this Mach 1 style ram air hood on it. Lined up the doors. Yeah, the front tires, as y'all can see, they're truck tires basically. Pretty bad looking. Back tires are pretty muscular. Put on a new taillight lens on the passenger side, put on a high-rise spoiler, and actually today let's see if I can do this one-handed. Today we put on some manual windows, and we're still working on the other side over there, but interior is pretty straight on this. You still got some stuff to do to it, but just a little 85 Foxbody 4i, and you might see it on the channel in the future, but we're kind of just doing it for fun, not really for videos. But that's it, guys. Again, thank y'all for watching.